4-0 Magicians Hockey takes the dub in a hard-fought battle with the Botno Rugby Braves. How is that for a starter of episode 24 of the Minot Sports Podcast, a production and sponsor of KMSU TV and Radio, Joshua Strong Photography, and MSU Red and Green. Magicians win the quarterfinals of the WDA Boys Hockey Tournament. And boy, I'm excited. I hope you all are excited. We should all be excited right now. How could the start possibly get any better? Well, let's just say we got word over from Fargo, Minot High Wrestling, in the state tournament, facing off with Fargo Davies in the quarterfinals. No pun intended. They take down Davies 49-25. That's the final in the team score. It is tournament season, and we are starting this episode strong. So I'd like to welcome you guys in for this one. As mentioned already, Minot High in Bismarck for West Region Boys Hockey. They beat Botno, and then Minot High Wrestling in Fargo at the Fargo Dome, beating Davies. So great day to be Minot High fan. Just a good day in general to be a Minot sports fan, because we got a fair amount on the plate tonight. Or at MCC, there's going to be Minot High Magicians basketball. They will be taking on the Watford City Wolves, just like the girls did over on Tuesday night. And then Minot High Magicians swimming senior night at the MCC pool at 5 o'clock. They're going to face multiple schools. Currently have no clue who they're facing, but it is multiple schools from what I'm seeing or hearing. And Minot High Magicians basketball, they will tip off at 7:30 tonight. As we continue to watch, or rather scramble on Twitter for updates from WDA Sports, so you can hear Dr. Neil Roberts once again, just kind of hovering around the department. It's actually going to be busy here in a little bit. KMSU TV is going live tonight at 5, so hopefully you are able to watch it live on YouTube TV or local access channel 19. I'll just say that I think it's going to be a good one. But we will take the time to get this going and make sure that we have room for the people that will be participating tonight. But otherwise, WDA Sports, they're going to be busy on the Twitter account this weekend. As I am reading this now, the last update that came by, it was 3:34 left in the third period between the Bismarck High Demons and the Jamestown Blue Jays. Why is this important? The winner of that game will go on to face Minot High in the WDA semifinals tomorrow. And that winner just so happens to be the 4th-seeded Bismarck High Demons. As an update just coming in, they beat the Jamestown Blue Jays 4-2 in the WDA quarterfinals. So Bismarck High and Minot High tomorrow. It is the 1 versus the 4 seeds. Before I get more into that, let's reflect on today's game just a little bit. Between Minot and Botno, through the first 2 periods, it was scoreless. So it was, I say hard fought at the beginning of the show for that reason. Botno gave Minot their all. Just because they played in a play-in game doesn't count them out. Botno proved that they can play with the big boys. They held on tight all throughout. Their goalie played fantastic. But Minot, they're just able to pull away. Very nice game by Aiden Morelli. Trey Sortland getting a shutout. There are a few power plays mixed in there. It's important you capitalize on those, especially in tourney time right now. Good on Minot to come away with it in a hard-fought defensive battle. They got the all-important first win in their tourney season. And now they head on to face the Bismarck High Demons, set tomorrow. Puck drop is scheduled for 5 o'clock, although because there are other games going on, that may change. It says on the bracket that they start 30 minutes after the game before them is finished up. So how do I think of this for hometown Bismarck High? Minot's going to want to keep their heads up and just keep her rolling. Shut down the Botno Braves today. Of course, nothing in the regular season matters at this point, despite that Minot High swept the season series with Bismarck. For Minot, just continue that momentum, play that strong defense. You know, for the amount of goals that they scored, if the goals have to come in the crease, if they have to be dirty goals, Minot's got to get to work. And if Minot can use speed to their advantage, they get a fast start, that will definitely help and be a contribution for Minot. And it'll definitely give them a chance to win. You want to start fast against a good Bismarck team. Moving on to wrestling for Minot High. After beating Fargo Davies 49-25, the bracket shows that they will face off with Jamestown, the 4th seed coming out of the West, with Minot being number 2, as one of the state semifinal matchups. That will commence tomorrow at 12:30, along with Bismarck High and Bismarck Century, with Bismarck High being the 1st seed and Bismarck Century being the 3rd seed, both out of the West. So an all-West semifinal matchup for state wrestling. 1, 2, 3, 4, all-West teams across the board. Sets up for exciting matchups for the semifinals. As always, we will take great interest in it. As we stick to wrestling here, I forgot to mention, your MSU Beavers were in action. They were over at Minnesota State University Moorhead to face the Dragons. That happened yesterday, and it was a tough final matchup for the Beavers. They lost to the Dragons 26-14, the final team score. Zach Berry won his matchup by decision. Dean Aravella wins by a technical fall. And Logan Fisher wins by forfeit. That is how the Beavers got to 14 points. That is all they would score against the Dragons. One note to make for Minot High Magicians basketball against Watford City tonight. The Wolves are actually winless right now. And with the loss to Jamestown last Friday night, Minot dropped in the standings. They're not tied with anyone, but they do own sole possession of 4th, which, if the West Region Tournament were to start right now for boys basketball, if I'm not mistaken, Minot would be facing the 5th seed, which that is currently in a tie between Century and Dickinson. So it is important that Minot High can take advantage of this one and hopefully we see some changes in the standings, maybe get some help from teams outside. We will watch intently. This has been episode 24 of the Minot Sports Podcast, brought to you by KMSU TV and Radio, Joshua Strong Photography, and MSU Red and Green. I'm going to have to cut it there for working in the studio today, as the crew for the live TV show is getting ready for going live pretty soon here at 5 o'clock once again. You can watch it on YouTube TV or local access channel 19. But anyways, guys, thank you again for listening to this one. And as always, take care.